Once fresh out of college, I saw a solitary challenge and spent weeks backpacking through the untouched wilderness of Canada. I was in places so remote, the breath of civilization was nowhere to be felt. The nearest town could only be reached by a 3-hour bus journey, during which the only sound was the whisper of the wind. Throughout those 7 days, the only other soul I encountered was a person gliding on the water in a canoe, far in the distance. In that era, digital cameras were not as ubiquitous as they are today, so my journey was captured through the lens of several disposable cameras. Mesmerized by the raw beauty of nature, driven by an impulse to capture each fleeting moment, I continuously clicked the camera's shutter, immortalizing the rugged landscapes that stretched endlessly before me. After a particularly exhausting day of trekking through dense forests and crossing whispering streams, the need for rest became undeniable at dusk. I found a secluded spot, a small clearing embraced by ancient trees, where the whispers of the wilderness were both comforting and mysterious. Beneath the twilight sky, I pitched my tent as a modest, solitary shelter amidst the vast Canadian wilds. Lying there, the line between the day's exhaustion and the onset of sleep blurred. The sounds of the forest, a distant owl's call, the rustle of leaves, the gentle sigh of the wind became the lullaby that lulled me into dreams. Upon my return and after developing the film, what I found were photographs that beautifully captured the stillness and grandeur of the wilderness. However, this sense of peace was abruptly shattered as I browsed through about halfway of the first camera's roll. There, amidst the serene landscapes, were two photographs that made my blood run cold. These images captured me asleep, wrapped tightly in my sleeping bag, but the angles were unnervingly intimate, as if the photographer had been looming directly over me. One photo was taken from a vantage point at the foot of my makeshift bed, looking up at my face, half buried in the sleeping bag, illuminated by the soft glow of the morning. The other was even more disturbing, a close-up taken from just beside my resting body, capturing the details of my face in slumber with such clarity that you could see the peaceful, unaware expression of my sleep. The realization that someone had been this close, silently documenting my most vulnerable moments, without any recollection on my part, sent a jolt of terror through me. How could these photographs exist when I have no memory of taking them, nor inviting anyone into my tent? It was a moment of pure horror. My mind froze, and I lost all sense of balance, as the eerie feeling of being watched settled into my bones. Since then, I've never gone camping again, and at home, I sleep with the door and the curtains closed. In the corner of my mind, there's always a lurking fear that the person who took those photos is still out there watching me. Night after night, their presence feels stronger, more certain, eroding my peace of mind. This fear has become the darkest and most unexpected legacy of my journey through the Canadian wilderness.